Centurion Boats was really started out of love. Rick Lee, a self-proclaimed adrenaline junkie who had a passion for race boats, met and fell in love with a rancher's daughter from Merced, California. And like any respectable, love-struck young man, Rick knew he needed Pamela's father's approval. Armed with a directive from his soon-to-be father-in-law, Rick sought out a sales career that would, as Mr. Hunt put it, keep Pamela in the lifestyle to which she was accustomed. Rick wasn't a salesman, so he knew he needed to sell something he was passionate about to be successful. He talked his way into a job selling boats. He actually proved to be an amazing salesperson, but soon he realized his talents were even more impactful in vision and product development. To truly harness these characteristics, Rick needed to be manufacturing his own boats. It was at this point he and Pam coined this new venture, Centurion Boats. They picked the name because it was at the top of a long list. They had no idea it would come to symbolize the warrior spirit they needed to continually break new ground in the water sports industry. In the late 70s, Rick and Pam made the move from Southern California, where Centurion first began building boats, to the hometown of Hunt Farms in Merced. With a loan from Pam's dad and amazing support from the Merced Chamber of Commerce, they would build the Centurion Boats factory at 455 Grogan Avenue, Merced, California. This move would get Pam and their two boys nearer to family, but the move to Merced was also extremely strategic for a boat manufacturing business.
His vision was further down the road, I thought, than everybody else's. So it was just kind of like, maybe at the time you're like, what are we seeing here? Later on, you start going, wow. When he's starting to think about wake surfing in the 90s, before really, obviously, I would say less than 1% even knew what wake surfing was. It was all wakeboarding, some slalom skiing, and here he's introducing not just wake surfing relative to the sport, he introduced a boat. So I think he was always thinking ahead. He was a visionary. You don't see the fruits of it for decades later.
As a farming community, Merced County prioritizes water. In the mid-60s, the Merced River was dammed to create Lake McClure, which supplies Lake Yosemite in the city of Merced. Together with Lake Don Pedro, these three lakes provide close recreational water access for boat development and fun. With the move to Merced, California, Rick became aware of a new craze sweeping boating: water skiing. As an extreme performance visionary, Rick began to develop Centurion's first ski boat, the True Track. This boat led to the True Track 2, which was approved as a Water Ski Nationals towboat by AWSA. This Centurion was also the predecessor to the Falcon, which ultimately became the Avalanche. But before wake surfing specific models dominated Centurion's lineup, there came the Wave. In the early 90s, Rick saw another shift taking shape in water ski boating: wakeboarding. So Rick set out to build the industry's first wakeboard-specific towboat. In 1994, Rick and the Centurion product development team were putting the final version of the Wave through its paces. A Centurion salesman from Hawaii was helping with the final testing when he asked if he could surf behind the Wave. He was missing his Hawaiian hang tens and noticed the surfing potential during their testing. At the very end, the test team finally agreed to pull him surfing. Before Rick knew what was happening, his vision for the Wave, the boat, really the entire Centurion brand, went straight past wakeboarding directly to wake surfing. This direction not only led to wake surf specific boat design, but also to the development of competitive wake surfing and the first Centurion World Wake Surfing Championship at Lake Yosemite in Merced, California in 1996.
He actually pushed me, gave me the impossibles, which made me a better person, and I always like challenges. So that's what kind of made me what I am today and probably kept me.
In the early 2000s, Rick began building Supreme boats in addition to Centurions out of the Merced factory. Seeing the potential in this value-class surf boat brand, Rick acquired Supreme and began innovating the entire line. Since that time, Supreme has grown to a meaningful part of the Merced, California facility's production and has earned widespread appeal among entry wake surf boat buyers. Centurion's early years gave the company a solid foundation for continued growth, but as a visionary, Rick Lee understood he would have to develop people alongside these groundbreaking boats to take the company to the next level.